Hello everybody! With the Mario Galaxy movie releasing today, I thought it would be a great time to make a ranking video about one of the best gaming soundtracks of all time. Mario Galaxy and Galaxy 2 have some of the best soundtracks in video games ever. It is beloved by many and for good reason. I don't think there's a single bad song in the entire soundtrack. Even the lowest ranked songs on this list are at least still enjoyable. So if I seem harsh early on, it's just to differentiate the lower rankings from the higher ones. It's been a few months since my last ranking video, and in that video I'm pretty sure I said something along the lines of, I won't do a ranking with more than 50 songs anytime soon. Well, anyways, I knew now would be the best time to make this ranking, so I had to buckle down and just do it. But before I got started, I had to ask myself, what songs in Galaxy would I be ranking? I knew I didn't want to do all the songs, that would be like over 200. Even removing the tiny jingles would be over 100 entries, and I didn't feel like I was ready to tackle something that large. In the end, I decided to rank every stage and area theme. Songs that play for a majority of a stage, or are the default song between areas. What this means is that I won't be ranking boss songs or tiny minigame tunes. Is my criteria completely arbitrary? Yeah. Did I choose this description because it gave me exactly 38 songs between Galaxy 1 and 2? Maybe. Either way, as the ranking progresses, it should become more clear what I consider a stage or area theme. There are also some theme variations, such as underwater themes, since I feel like they change enough to warrant their own entry. As with my other ranking videos, this is a purely subjective ranking. How much do I personally enjoy each song compared to the other songs? With a ranking this large, there's no way I'll have the same list as anyone else, but I do think I have some unique choices along the way. At the end of the ranking, I have made an original song in the Mario Galaxy style to the best of my ability. I'll explain more at the end about my composition choices and reasonings, so stick around for that, as I think it's one of my best songs yet. With all that said, we've got 76 entries to get through, so let's get started. This song barely made it onto the list at all, as I wasn't even sure if it really counted for my completely arbitrary requirements. In the end though, I decided that it was long enough, and it was the theme of an important enough area, even if it's not required. The song itself is the only Mario Galaxy song I would consider boring in any way. Very simple with only 2 instruments, playing very slowly. Still, it has some of that Galaxy charm, so I can't completely hate it. I think that the Pipe Interior song plays enough during gameplay to warrant its inclusion. The song is incredibly strange and somewhat eerie. The synths seem to breathe, and the supporting instruments really make you feel like you're in a void, which is fitting, as the skybox for these Pipe Interior areas looks like a void. Space Athletic is the first instance of filler Galaxy songs. Songs that are meant to be played in non-major galaxies, like Hungry Luma galaxies or galaxies with a singular planet. It's a simple remix of the underground theme from the original Super Mario Bros., and it won't be the first underground theme on the list. This is the slowest of the bunch, but I tend to prefer faster and more energetic tracks, so this song doesn't really do it for me. It really didn't take long for another underground remix to make it on the list. This one is much denser and quicker and has more interesting things happening, so it's higher up on the list. Even so, it's still just a remix of the underground theme, and I'm not the biggest fan of that song. The best part of this song is the short drum breakdown that happens in the middle of the song. Besides that, it's just another underground remix, but this is the fastest and most interesting variation from the Galaxy games. Originally, I actually had Shadow Comic and Cosmic Clones on the list as separate entries, and it wasn't until I listened to them back to back that I realized that they're the exact same song. The one I played here is the Galaxy 2 rendition, however, just because the only difference is that it has a cool build-up in Galaxy 2, where the Galaxy 1 version doesn't have that. This is another short and empty song like The Library, but I vastly prefer this one. Maybe it's because you hear this one so much more often as you go into the domes, but I also just like the melody better. The little rising synths that come in every now and then also make it more interesting and rather soothing. Sweet Mystery Galaxy, which is a really hard name to say out loud, is a rather slow and generic song for Galaxy. It feels like it's trying to have the same emotional depth as some of the other slow Galaxy songs, but it doesn't reach that for me ever. There's a nice melodic bit at the end, but it's so incredibly short, so it doesn't leave a big impression. Ball Rolling is the first instance of a minigame song being included on the list. Galaxies like Rolling Green and Gizmo actually use Blue Sky Athletics, which is a song we'll get to later, before you get onto the ball. But the ball is like 98% of the stage, so this is really the real stage theme to me. With that said, this song is ingrained in my memory. It's goofy, but you'll never hear it like this in the game, because it's dynamic with the speed of the ball, so the smooth melody is almost never heard. I also don't really think I'd listen to it much outside of this ranking because it's just okay. This song has the exact same vibes as the Pipe Interior, but with a more defined melody and more involved rhythms. It keeps the void feeling, which is good, as the galaxies that this song plays in are seemingly in the void. It's a funky song with plenty to listen to, but it's just not really my cup of tea. A remix of the Boo houses in Mario World. It's spooky, but not nearly as interesting as the more original Ghostly Galaxy song in Galaxy 1. It fits the theme fantastically, but besides that, it's honestly kinda boring. It's better than the underground remixes on account of being a song I already enjoy more, but it's not something I want to come back to and listen to often. The song for Drip Drop Galaxy reminds me a lot of Pikmin music, but not the really good Pikmin music. More of the boring stuff where not much interesting is happening. It's a good song for filler galaxies, but it isn't topping lists for favorite tracks. The best part is the light chord stabs on woodwinds as they sound rather nice. Unidentified Planet is the name of the filler song for Galaxy 2. If there's a galaxy that needs a song between minigame songs, or tiny galaxies, or just as a way to fill space, then this is that song. It's very spacey, but it doesn't really have anything else going on besides being somewhat soothing. Deep Dark Galaxy is the creepiest song in the OST to me. It's very unsettling and honestly a little strange for Mario Galaxy. Even so, it captures the vibes of the stage perfectly. The vibes being, I don't want to be here. Whether that's because it's scary or it's my least favorite galaxy in the game, that's for you to decide. Listening to it outside of the game caused me to hear very quiet electric piano for the first time, and that's become my favorite part of the song now, simply because it was something that I hadn't heard before for a song I generally don't think about. Mario Galaxy 2 has a unique song for every single world in the stage select menu. All of them are on this list, especially if things like Library and Observation Dome are on here. These are much more interesting than those two at least. World 4's stage select is the slowest and least interesting Galaxy 2 world theme, at least to me. It doesn't do anything unique like the rest of the world themes, and it just sounds like a filler Galaxy song. There's a unique quirk with the world themes though. When you are in the large map menu where you choose the world itself, very loud rising space synth pads will play on top of all the music. I generally don't enjoy this very much, but sometimes it can work. It definitely does not work here though. This is just a remix of the Mario Bros. 3 Airship song. Sometimes militaristic compositions can vibe with me, but most of the time I don't find them too engaging. The instruments are all nice, because it's Mario Galaxy, but I just never much cared for the melody on this song specifically. Two Bowser Jr. stages in a row, wow! Since I'm not including boss themes, many of the Bowser and Bowser Jr. stages share themes with themselves. Tension, the name of this song, plays in the Mega Leg and Lava Reactor before the bosses, and I think it's an effectively intimidating song, if a little short. Forest Dwellers is another weird song in terms of where it plays. Places like the starting platform in Wild Glide Galaxy, and at the end of the Tall Trunk Slide. It still counts for the list though, since it plays during the stages and it isn't a tiny minigame theme. I love the mallets and goofy bass, but aside from that, it's not too memorable. The NPCs related to the song though are some of my favorites. The wood people in particular are some of my favorite Mario creatures. A Spooky Sprint is a waltz rendition of the Loop-de-Loop Galaxy theme, which we will be getting to much later down the line. It's not as good as that in my opinion, since it often feels emptier and somehow slower. The lack of percussion really hurts this one. I do really like the mallets halfway through though, and also the part at 51 seconds in with the syncopated melody. This is a silly, goofy song that's fun for a while but doesn't offer much else. I'd like to think the slide note flourishes that happen sometimes represent the changing gravity, as this song plays in the two stages where that's the main mechanic. Space Storm Galaxy is the most generic song in the OST for me. It doesn't do anything really better than other songs do, and as such becomes quite forgettable. It's still a nice song, but it isn't my favorite. The triplet strings are the best part, but besides that, I can't really say what else it offers above the better Galaxy songs. A remix of the Bowser stages in Mario 64, but changed to fit the space theme better. It's catchy, but that's mostly Mario 64's heavy lifting. The vocal instrument is the best part, but that was also present in Mario 64. It's a good song, but it was never one of my favorites. I wish it was more original to Galaxy, as this song is used in every single Bowser stage besides the final one in both games. The World 3 theme is very whimsical. The song is almost entirely a piano solo, and it's very elegant, but not as interesting overall as the other world themes above it. This is my least favorite of the Rising Space synth overlay versions as well, in the world themes, since it takes so much away from the solo piano by adding these loud, obnoxious noises. Cosmic Cove is one of the more forgettable galaxies in my opinion, and the song, while pretty, is likewise a bit forgettable to me. It just never feels like it goes anywhere. It starts pretty strong and quickly reaches its peak, but never evolves past that for me. The best part of the song is the harp, as it fits the slow water stage vibes, but it just feels like it's missing something, I'm just not sure what. While this song originated in Freeze Flame Galaxy, it also plays in Galaxy 2's Shiver Burn Galaxy with the famed Hell Valley Sky Trees. Ooh! It's chilly and nice, but not that exciting. Doesn't feel like it would be a main Galaxy theme compared to the more robust ones. The second half is much better when the vocal synth instrument comes in, but that only lasts like less than 20 seconds, which is a real shame. In the World 5 theme, there's a synth that plays at the start and later on that's very Subnautica. The pads in between are nice, but the synth is the best part of the track. When the Subnautica synth isn't playing, it isn't as interesting. The Rising Space synth overlay once again is not my favorite addition. I just find them too loud and distracting even if they are thematic to the visuals. Mario Galaxy has two main types of songs to me. The incredible orchestral masterpieces such as Gusty Garden Galaxy, and then the goofy songs like this. Chompworks Galaxy is a song that kind of plods along. It's meant to sound kind of funky and off-kilter, which is neat and especially fitting for Flipsville. It just isn't as catchy as some of the other goofy songs to me. This is our first instance of an underwater theme being separate from the stage's main theme. Starshine Beach has a very good song we'll be seeing later down the line, but the underwater version takes away most of what I enjoy about the main theme. It has the basic melody of Starshine, but it doesn't have any of the fun extra notes or varied instruments. I do like the vibraphone that comes in during the second half though. They're very nice. I really like the chords used in this song. The harmonies are so interesting to me and make this song way more memorable. Without them, this would be one of the most forgettable songs, as it's more of a filler song between bosses on Boss Blitz Galaxy. It's short and doesn't change much besides the chords, but it does have an intimidating aura about it, which is great for the boss rush stage. This is the first real taste in-game players will get of the incredible music Mario Galaxy has to offer. This song plays during the first Galaxy when you get the first Grand Star. My issue with the song is that it's just too short. It feels like stage prep music, never reaching the big band orchestra it deserves. The climax of the song as well feels like it doesn't do anything, as it just immediately goes back into the loop without any big fanfare, which is rather disappointing. The World 6 theme is the most memorable of the world themes to me. even if it isn't my favorite of them. The rising intensity as you are in the final main world approaching the final boss is effectively intimidating. I quite like the chord progression here too. Little flourishes with electric piano make it more engaging as well. An alternate version of the ice theme from Freeze Flame Galaxy, but this one is much fuller and has interesting percussion throughout. That makes it much more enjoyable for me to listen to, as there's simply more for me to listen to. The light xylophone in the background is nice too, since mallets are my one true love. This is a remix of that one Mario 64 song. You know, the one that plays on Bob-omb Battlefield, Whomp's Fortress, Tiny Huge Island, and Tall Tall Mountain. It's very catchy and sounds great with updated instruments, but it doesn't feel like a Galaxy song. It honestly feels like it would belong better somewhere in like Mario Odyssey. It's not a bad song though, it's still pretty good. This is the very first song players will hear when you actually get into the game proper on your first Galaxy. It's rich, emotional, and very pretty. The first half is prettier overall, but the second half has more depth with instruments and great marimba sounds. Overall, it's just a great way to start the journey. This is one of the better minigame-esque songs. It's bouncy and fun while not being annoying, which is everything you want from a minigame song. The bass line is the goofiest it's ever been, and the whole thing radiates a light-hearted carnival game energy. The section at 40 seconds in is my favorite part, easily. Just like in Galaxy 1, the Bowser Jr. stages share the same music generally. The song mixes a nice blend of lightheartedness and intensity to match Bowser Jr. as a character. I prefer the lighthearted bits more since they have a nice pairing with the winds and mallets. Also, this song reminds me a lot of Zack and Wiki, which I'm sure 0% of people watching have played. The final world theme in Galaxy 2. The song has motifs of both Sky Station and Gusty Garden Galaxy, but it's the brightest and most "you've won" energy possible. I think the final secret world with some really tough stages could have had something more intense, but this still feels like a good final overworld song. As with the other world themes, there's an alternate version with the rising space synths that fill the song and are a bit too loud and a bit too frequent for me. This is another instance of a purely goofy song for a major stage. Spin Dig Galaxy is a good song, but I would say it's exactly middle of the road for me in terms of Galaxy songs. It's fun and catchy, but doesn't do anything spectacular that stands out to be more than just good. My favorite part of the track is the fun bass instrument used. It's got a good sound and interesting syncopation. World 1, like many other songs in Galaxy 2, shares motifs from Sky Station Galaxy, and it is quite soothing. This is one of the most beautiful world themes. It is gorgeous. It, however, suffers the most from the rising space synths in the alternate version. They absolutely overpower the song like no other. Also, I seemingly cannot find this song anywhere without the synths on YouTube. It's either the synth version, or it claims to be World 1 and 2 sharing the same song, when I'm 99.9% sure that's false, since I went into the game itself for footage, and World 1 and 2 do not share the same song. Space Fantasy, I would say, is the baseline filler song for Galaxy 1. Any galaxy that needs a simple and effective song, you can't go wrong with Space Fantasy. Of special note, this is actually the same melody from Battle Rock Galaxy, but without the percussion and less intensity. It gives it a whole different vibe, but I do probably prefer it slightly with the higher intensity. Slimy Spring Galaxy is that galaxy that doesn't feel like it should exist. It's in a really weird place on the map and has arguably the most distinct and strange music in either Galaxy game. Because of that, however, it stands out. Normally I don't prefer super slow songs, but this one just has like an aura about it that draws my attention. It sounds like the bass seemingly has the melody with the chords, while atmospheric notes play occasionally. With a more sinister key, this would fit fantastically in a horror game. Another minigame thing that's basically the true theme of the stage. The song that plays before the minigame is actually Beach Bowl Galaxy, so players' first introduction to that song is most likely from this stage, which is really interesting. As mentioned before, A Spooky Sprint is a different version of this song, and I vastly prefer this version. The energy is higher and feels more natural to me. I also just love the manta riding stages in general, and the song has some great dissonant chords to keep you on edge during those difficult sections. World 2 is my favorite of the Galaxy 2 world themes. The strings are elegant and the chords are gorgeous. The rising synths also bother me way less in the alternate version of this song than it does in other world themes. And I'm not fully sure why, but they just seem to fit way better here than it does for the others. Also, this song reminds me a lot of Disneyland ride cues. It's crazy. Specifically, it reminds me of the video that plays in the line for Soarin' Over California, which is a great song. This is so much better than remixing an older Ghost House song. I much prefer the original Galaxy songs to remixes of older game songs. If this is a remix, then I just don't know what it is, so it doesn't affect me. The spookiness here is perfect. I will say, doing these rankings has caused me to notice some things, like how a lot of good spooky songs have heavy use of theremin, and it sounds great here. Great strings, great winds, and also great percussion, which a lot of spooky tracks might shy away from. It just sounds like an ideal Halloween song. Star Festival is the song that will play at the very start and very end of any 100% playthrough of Galaxy 1. It gives me Sims vibes with the string patterns and some of the pizzicato notes, but that isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just a chill and cheerful song to begin the game with and reward you for a 100% playthrough with Luigi. A remix of the main Mario theme, but it's themed extremely well around the galaxy. The instruments all have sort of a plastic, almost fake feeling, which is fantastic for a toy-themed world. I do still tend to prefer the orchestral masterpieces and original to Galaxy songs, but this one's a fun time. Toy Time Galaxy is also iconic for having one of the best Mario power-ups ever. No, I will not be taking criticisms at this time. The spring power is so much fun, and people that don't like using it have no whimsy. Blue Sky Athletics is the third and to me final filler Galaxy song in Galaxy 1. It's a remix of the Overworld 2 theme in Mario Bros. 3, and it's catchy, lighthearted, and fun. I associate this song the most with Sweet Sweet Galaxy, as that was one of my favorite Galaxies as a kid. It was the one I replayed the most, so I heard this song a lot more often than others, so it stuck in my mind more. Battle Rock Galaxy, as I mentioned previously, is space fantasy but with much more complexity, percussion, and a focus on intensity. It's quite good and makes good use of the militaristic vibes it has. It's the song I think of when imagining a dangerous sounding Mario Galaxy song. The horns that come in during the second half and lead to the extra full section I imagine as a moment of hope or victory, since the entire galaxy is like a battlefield. Hightail Falls is a remix of the Mario World athletic theme. It's a great song that's catchy and fun, and it always has been. It has almost no space-feeling instruments though, which is a shame, as more Galaxy-esque remix would have been neat. The energy and catchiness of the song carries it far. With a more robust percussion line and low end, this could have been the best remix in the game. Now this is an intimidating song. The absolute rush you get during the Speedy Comets is insane, even if you're not in real danger because the game is rather easy. The song makes you feel like you're in danger. An amazing detail is that at 44 seconds in, it goes into a 5-4 time signature for a bit. It's a cool detail that I never noticed until I did this ranking. It makes the song feel frantic because that 5-4 is in a 3-2 pattern that makes those last two notes roll forward into the next measure as if you're losing your footing from how fast you have to go. This is the best non-Galaxy original remix on the list. Slider is already a fantastic song from Mario 64, but it's even more fun here. The improved audio quality compared to the Nintendo 64 and the instruments used all make this one feel like the best version of the song. I don't have much to add because everyone's already heard Slider before, right? We all know that it's an earworm of a song. Melty Monster Galaxy's theme feels very climactic, and is a great way to start the final main story world of the game. The strings work overtime in this song in the background that I hadn't noticed during gameplay before. The end of this song sounds especially climactic to the point where it feels a little weird when it loops because of how complete it is as a song. The loop sort of cuts into the finality, making for somewhat of an awkward transition. Honey Hive Galaxy is almost certainly the second main galaxy players will go into after Good Egg Galaxy. Good Egg Galaxy has the full orchestra sound that many other great Galaxy songs have, but Honey Hive is the first instance of that second style of music, the goofier one. Lots of bounciness and fun. This is almost as iconic to Galaxy as the other style, but I tend to prefer those big band pieces more. This song is actually a soft remix of Sky Station Galaxy, which is probably not noticed a lot. It has its own identity and its own melody parts, of course, just short and between the Sky Station parts. It's very catchy because it's taking the fantastic melody from Sky Station we will see later on the list. Overall, it's just a very Christmassy and yet still warm and fuzzy song that I like. It's generic for a desert track, but it's still a dang good song. Catchy and thematically fitting. I like the parts when the bass instrument plays like two-note stingers in between the melodic instruments. The only real downside this track has is being attached to just a mediocre galaxy that they decided to put the highest number of stars in, meaning it sort of overstays its welcome a bit. The final song of Mario Galaxy 2. It doesn't sound as climactic as some of the other Galaxy 2 songs, but it does sound hopeful. It feels driving and encouraging as Mario confronts the final boss. It takes inspirations from the other great Galaxy songs with an intense first section, a dialed back soft middle, followed by a big band finale, before another short soft melody into a loop. A fittingly grand end to a wonderful game. That is until the green stars show up, and I love the green stars, so I don't mind. Fleet Glide Galaxy has one of the best bass lines in the series. It's a bop, and the melody is great too. It's grandiose. The bass line is just so rhythmic and driving. It's unlike any other Galaxy song, which makes it stand out when it has a similar big band melody like other songs. Overall, it's just a great time. Where was the underwater version of the song placed? 30 spots below this at number 50? Yeah, that's how good the original song is with all its extra instruments. Starshine Beach is Galaxy 2's answer to the beach theme. It's not nearly as iconic as Beach Bowl, but it's still a banger. This song feels more like a vacation, where Beach Bowl is more of a celebration. It also has one of my favorite noises in all of music, being the funny vocal noises that sound like a straw going up and down in a plastic lid. You hear it everywhere, and now I just notice it everywhere. I think it was the funniest troll to have a Daredevil comet used for a full stage, and one of the harder stages in the game at that. Melty Molten Galaxy uses a lot of the same instruments used in Dusty Dune, but it makes them feel even hotter. The little synth flourishes that are really quiet are my favorite part. I had never heard them until the making of this list. Things like that are why I love putting these rankings together. The final stage of Mario Galaxy 1. The absolute best part of this song is that killer intro that gets you unbelievably pumped for the final battle, though I kind of wish the same energy was kept through the song a bit more, since it's a lot more low-key than it would lead you to believe. The song has 5/4 sections like the Speedy Comet, but this time it's more grandiose and epic, a change of pace to signify that this is the end of the game. It encapsulates the journey of the game so well with its instruments and vibes as a whole. A desert track that leans more into the desert village or desert country royalty feeling rather than a dry, hot feeling. That gives this song a more interesting theming to me and also makes it really catchy. It's especially great when it builds in intensity near the end a lot until the climax where it then loops. I also have personal history with this song, as I was in the midst of playing Clockwork Ruins Galaxy when I paused the game and proceeded to miss the last step of a stair and break my foot. I then went back and finished the star I was on and then went to the hospital. So this song just brings me back to that moment, but in a nostalgic sort of way. Even though the underwater version isn't quite as good, it's still Beach Bowl Galaxy, so it's a banger. The synth that comes in near the end of the song that descends while the melody ascends is my favorite bit. I also like how the bass is emphasized in the track. It sounds somewhat muffled, fitting the underwater aspect of the song. Yoshi Star Galaxy has the same type of energy that Honey Hive Galaxy has. The first stage of each game is Sky Station and Good Egg respectively, with orchestral beauties. Then the second galaxy of each game has goofier, more lighthearted tracks. I prefer this over Honey Hive because this one is more fun and has a more memorable melody to me. It also features the Yoshi bongos present since his introduction in Mario World. I'm gonna be honest, this song almost escaped the list as a whole because it plays on your second visit to Sky Station Galaxy after you've powered the Starship Mario. It was truly chance that I happened to hear this song and realize it wasn't on my list yet. It has the same orchestral beauty that makes Mario Galaxy so good. It isn't quite as good as the ones ahead of it, however. I don't know why Sky Station gets to be all special and get 2 full orchestral tracks, but at least both of them are really good. Cloudy Court Galaxy is elegant and regal, just like other top-tier Galaxy songs. The full-bodied orchestra is amazing. I think this one has more interesting textures than some of the other songs, but a less interesting melody as well, at least to me. Despite that, it's still a fantastic song with one of the best horn sections in the game. The purple coin theme is potentially the song players will hear the most in stages proper for a 100% playthrough, as every single major galaxy has a purple comet. The song is a bop, but it gets even better when the Gusty Garden theme starts playing. Even Mario Galaxy itself knows that Gusty Garden Galaxy is a masterpiece, and this rendition fills you with adrenaline for these somewhat brutal purple coin missions. Nearly at the top 10, and we just got to our first of 2 real hub worlds for either game. Mario Galaxy really knows how to make a top-tier hub song. This song is simply such a feel-good time. The brass is bright and it reminds me of top-tier Pokemon songs. The flute trills are adorable and the melody is light and bouncy. I love Mario Galaxy 2 a lot, and part of that is because Starship Mario is a lively and fun place to explore almost as much as the Comet Observatory. We've finally reached the top 10 of the list. All of these following songs are 10 out of 10s in my opinion, with not a bad thing about them. Many of the placements here could shuffle around depending on the day, but this is the order that I decided on in the end. Good Egg Galaxy is the first true stage in Mario Galaxy, and it's a perfect introduction to the beauty of the soundtrack as a whole. An orchestral masterpiece with so much depth and beauty, it's hard to find words that describe it honestly. It feels like setting off on an unforgettable journey, a perfect start to the game. Based purely on elegance, Space Junk Galaxy wins by a landslide. This is the most space song in the whole OST, and it's for a galaxy named Space Junk. I think this is the most soothing song in the game. Many other songs attempt to have similar instruments and vibes, but none match the emotion that this one exudes. When the piano comes in after the quiet part, it's cinema. I'll be honest, I never really got the hype around buoy bass until listening to it for this ranking. It's unnecessarily hype for what seems to be a filler galaxy that just happens to have a green star. This has the same vibes as the galaxy greats like Gusty Garden, which is crazy for a somewhat random galaxy to have. This is the intense militaristic feel Battle Rock Galaxy wishes it has. Not that Battle Rock was bad in any way, buoy bass is just that good. I don't know if this is a popular opinion, but I slightly prefer the underwater version of buoy bass. The organ is so fantastic and ethereal, it's incredibly unique to this song as well. Even though I generally prefer fuller, more exciting songs, the dialed back instruments in this compared to the normal version makes the instruments stand out even more, and they are amazing. Comet Observatory needs no introduction. It is one of the most iconic songs in the entire Mario franchise. A Beautiful Waltz is so nice for a hub theme. As much as I like Starship Mario, the Comet Observatory simply has no equal when it comes to vibes. The song feels refined and graceful, fitting as it is associated with the fan favorite character Rosalina. Beach Bowl Galaxy is a bop. The guitar riffs in the background with the chords are so nice, and the tropical feeling is oozing out of every note in this song. It is appropriately beachy, and might honestly be more beachy than Mario Sunshine's entire OST. I love the way synths start the song with slide notes. I imagine them representing the sun's rays hitting the beach and heating up the air. Puzzle Plank Galaxy has always been one of my all-time favorite Galaxy songs. The violin is so happy and the song radiates cheerfulness. The part with the rising, echoey space synth starting at 28 seconds is incredible, and it's probably my favorite part of the song. The happy vibes are off the charts here, and it is infectious. If there's any song I want to bring more attention to as being really, really good, it's this one. Sky Station Galaxy is the flagship song of Galaxy 2, and it is incredible. It has the exact same energy as Gusty Garden Galaxy to the point that I was actually mixing up the two during my research. They are very similar, and honestly it was hard for me to pick a favorite. I think Sky Station has an energy that I like more, but Gusty Garden has literally brought me to tears before, so it just ekes Sky Station out. Like with Gusty Garden Galaxy, the melody here is used in many places throughout the game, which is fine by me because it's amazing. If there was ever an iconic song in this franchise, then Gusty Garden would be it. This song is simply magical. There's nothing else like it that has genuinely brought me to tears from listening to it before. What more can be said about this song that hasn't already been said? You've all heard it before, and you know why it's so good. When it played at the credits of the first Mario movie, people actually cheered. It's that beloved. I knew from the start exactly what my number one pick would be. It's been my favorite Mario Galaxy song for several years now, so I hope you also enjoy it. This is my all-time favorite Mario Galaxy song. The intro is perfection. The harp arpeggios are beautiful, the guitar strums are bouncy, and the woodwind melody is the most infectious earworm in the series. There has never been a more fun song to whistle than this one. Every instrument is perfect, every melody is perfect. It is the perfect Mario Galaxy song. Funnily enough, it wasn't until I almost finished this ranking that I realized Wild Glide Galaxy is a remix of Sky Station Galaxy. I genuinely never noticed, despite having listened to this song for several years at this point. Either way, Sky Station is a banger, and this is just a better version of it. It brings me so much joy that it's hard to describe. Other Mario Galaxy songs might be more fun, other Mario Galaxy songs might be more grand, but other Mario Galaxy songs aren't as special to me. Before you leave, as I mentioned at the start, I have made an original Mario Galaxy song trying to stay in the same style of the games, and I will explain what I did to accomplish that as well as playing the song itself. Originally, I was going to make two songs. As I stated in the ranking multiple times, I think Galaxy games have two distinct styles, and I wanted to cover both of them, but real life stuff got in the way, so I had to settle with just one song. I made the song more similar to the orchestral songs akin to Good Egg, Gusty Garden, or Sky Station, as I feel that represents the parts of the soundtrack that people like the most. Songs in Galaxy generally range from a little over a minute to a little under 2 minutes before looping, usually landing at about a minute and a half, so that's the length I went for. String and horn orchestras are almost always present. Strings usually have the chords, but sometimes carry the melody. Same for the horns. Common woodwinds include flute solos and oboes. Timpani and some lighter percussion like hi-hat, snares, and crash cymbals are also present. Finally, space-like synth makes their way into many tracks in the OST. My song includes all of these features. More important than the instruments is the style. Orchestral tracks in Mario Galaxy tend to follow a 3-part structure with a big flashy intro. Section 1 then starts and is usually pretty high energy but simplistic. Section 2 is quieter, usually with a woodwind solo and calmer melodies. It then builds up to the final section, which is the most involved before looping. I tried to have the instruments and style of my song match those of Galaxy as much as possible, so I hope you enjoy Star Bloom Sector Galaxy. Thank you so much for watching. This is my largest video I've made in terms of effort and planning. I have ideas for future rankings with far fewer entries so I can make them quicker. Let me know what your favorite Mario Galaxy song is in the comments. I read and usually respond to every comment I get, usually because I don't get very many. If you enjoyed this video, you'll probably like my ranking of Zelda Dungeon songs, my Realm of the Mad God songs ranking, or even my Banjo-Kazooie song ranking. If you liked the song Star Bloom Sector Galaxy, you can find it on places like Spotify and other streaming services, which I'll have linked down below. See you next time!